Hey, hockey fans, welcome to Goal Line Hockey. And today we're going to take a look at the Edmonton Oilers. They've got some news that's been coming out recently, some rumors, some trade speculation, and what Ken Holland has planned for the Edmonton Oilers this offseason. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe. Let's take a look at some news for the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, so Ken Holland has a big summer ahead with the Edmonton Oilers. He's come out and said at his when he was brought in his press conference, he basically said we're going to make the playoffs next year. So that's immediately right away putting this team in a win now situation, and it makes sense. You've got Connor McDavid on this team, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. This is a win now team. With that, I think there's going to be some big changes. So recently there's been rumors that Ken Holland will be looking for a goaltender behind Mikko Koskinen. Now it's not any goaltender that they'd bring in, but any goaltender that's going to be on the market. There's going to be good goaltenders on the market. So I think most of them would be better than Mikko Koskinen. So you have a guy there, and they're saying like he's gonna try. They need this guy to back up Mikko Koskinen and kind of keep him in check. I think honestly, whoever goes in there, anybody Ken Holland's gonna sign is probably gonna be better than Mikko Koskinen. And that's not a complete diss to Mikko Koskinen, but we don't know what he's proven yet. And for the amount of money he's making, there's a lot of expectations around Koskinen. So this is a tough thing for Ken Holland right off the bat. Looking at the goaltending, he almost needs a backup to become a starter virtually right off the bat. Holland also wants to, looking at the entry draft, so the Edmonton Oilers have the 8th overall draft pick, and they are already talking about the guy that they really want. Now, this was kind of interesting because he is a center, and they have plenty of centers, but I guess if you're going to put Draisaitl with McDavid, this would make sense, as, they've recently brought in, a new head coach. I completely forget his name. I'm sorry about that. But they have a new head coach, and it seems like they're looking to bring in Dylan Cozens, the 6'3", guy from the WHL. He's a great center. He played with the Lethbridge Hurricanes this past season. He's a really great player. He's projected to be a top 10 draft pick and a top 6 center. So that seems to be the guy that Ken Holland is really hoping he can land in this year's draft, and we'll see if Cozens is still on the board at 8. He's projected to be one of the top guys. So 8's a little bit, it's a little bit unsafe. If they were drafting 6, I think it would be a little bit more safe. And I feel like that's interesting that they would come out and say they are very interested in him, because if I'm a team at 6 or 7 and there's nobody I'm really interested in, oh, well, Edmonton likes this guy, so I'm going to take him. So I don't know what the point of coming out and saying you want him is, but that's besides the point. They are looking to get Dylan Cozens, though. Okay. So now another thing. Holland's also looking to solidify that defense. It's a big issue there that he has to address with the Oilers. That defense, you've got Darnell Nurse, and I get a little bit scared after that. Now, they do have some younger guys like Ethan Bear. Caleb Jones came up and played pretty well for the Edmonton Oilers. So those are the guys that they're really looking at. And that's it. You have guys like Sakara and Chris Russell. They're kind of bad contracts. So if I'm Edmonton, it definitely seems like Ken Holland is going to look to address the issue of bringing in some defensemen this summer. They are looking to keep Andre Sakara, as I mentioned his name earlier. Sakara will likely be there kind of as a mentor for the young guys, and I think the Oilers have struggled in the past. They bring in all these top gun first, second overall draft picks that they had all those years ago. It seems like now, and where are most of them now? They're all gone. They're either playing with the Islanders or the Devils, or they're in Russia somewhere. So you need that mentorship. It's going to help build the it's a good thing for the culture of the team, and that's what Ken Holland's going to try and address as well. Changing the culture of this team. The losing, oh, woe me thing isn't going to work anymore in Edmonton. The expectations are too high, and they're going to have to find a way to get this done. Also, Holland is, like I said, just to recap, he's looking to bring in He's looking to bring in a backup for Mikko Koskinen, looking to draft Dylan Cozens at number 8 in this year's NHL draft. Andrej Sekera likely to stay with the Edmonton Oilers in a mentorship role, and they're probably grooming him a little bit to probably some sort of scouting management role, and other needs as well on the back end. So busy summer ahead for Ken Holland and the Edmonton Oilers. Like I mentioned early in this video, these are all speculation and rumors. There is no guarantee that these things will happen. We're just taking a look at what the summer may be in store for the Edmonton Oilers. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe. Thank you for watching us here at Goal Line Hockey. And tell me, do you think the Oilers are going to make the playoffs this coming season? We haven't seen really what's going to happen, but what is your gut feeling? I know a lot of Oilers fans are starting to get excited now with new ownership, new management and a new head coach, but I'm still a little bit skeptical right now because how much control does Ken Holland really have on this situation? Is this Ken Holland actually coming in and doing his thing, or is this Bob Nicholson and what's the other guys? The owner, Daryl Cates. Is this just their little toy, their puppet that's got a bigger name? I don't see how that's going to work. So we'll see how much control Ken Holland has. If we see on draft day and into free agency that Ken Holland seems to have a good control of this hockey team, then I'll be a little bit more confident. If not, this is going to be a complete. You thought Ottawa was bad. Oh, it's going to be bad in Edmonton because you've got a superstar like Connor McDavid, and he isn't going to want to deal with this anymore. So hopefully that's not the case for Oilers fans. The rest of the NHL kind of is rooting for him to be in the playoffs, so he deserves to be in the playoffs. And if Oilers fans can't see that, it's going to be a long, long year. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.